Welcome to the Northern Territory Tally Room for the 2012 election count here at the Darwin Convention Centre. The count has now been underway for 30 minutes and we should have some early indicators about how the vote has gone for Labor and its Chief Minister Paul Henderson and the Country Liberal Party led by Terry Mills. It's going to be an interesting night in an election that may be closer than the bookmakers' odds would suggest. Labor went into the last election 4 years ago with a staggering 19 seats to the CLP's 4, but squeaked in by a single seat. They were subsequently forced into minority government. Not only are they now on a knife edge, but if they win this, it'll be against the trend around the rest of Australia. And after 11 years in office, if Labor does lose tonight, incumbency may turn out to be the millstone around its neck. But this is the territory where outcomes don't always follow the script. In fact, in the last 3 elections, each result was a surprise. The ABC's veteran election analyst, Anthony Green, has already been trawling through some early figures from the Electoral Commission. Anything to tell us, Anthony?
Well, we have 3 small results and a tiny number of postal votes from Arafura. We've got Adelaide River from Daly and Aliangula from Arnhem, and neither of those booths were used last time. They're both new booths. Both show a significant vote for the Country Liberal Party. And so on those early figures, what we're seeing on the very first figures is we're seeing the CLP on 61% of the first preference vote, and we're seeing the Labor Party on 31.9. We're not seeing anything, unfortunately. That's a graphic which is going away with 0 votes. Well, let's take that off. What I'm seeing is those very early votes, but all of them show a significant lift for the CLP, but they're not figures which are, I think, in any way meaningful at this stage. So there's a lot more counting to come, obviously. OK, well, let's actually start the night by setting up the existing situation. Can we take a look at the parliamentary chamber graphic of the existing numbers? Well, what we're going to add tonight with is the starting position of Labor with 12 seats, the Country Liberals 12 and others 1. Now there's been a shift since the last election with Alison Anderson switching sides over the last 3 years. A former Labor MP now for the Country Liberals, which ties it at 12 all. Labor to get back into government either need to hold on to the current 12 seats and keep Jerry Wood on side, or the CLP need to gain a seat to get to 13 and form government. So it's a very tight contest. Labor has got a really tough ask after 11 years in government, but the CLP I don't think have turned it into a campaign like we saw in Queensland or New South Wales in any way. So it's a real nip and tuck affair, and we'll be watching to see whether there's a seat goes one way or the other at this election.
And on paper, there's at least